Tortelier, the teacher that has over recent years attracted most attention through a series of masterclasses on television.
How are you, my dear? Oh, I had not seen you so long. And your baby? Oh, how wonderful to see you. Why did I go so far? So beautiful. Here in Czechoslovakia. You know Mundao? The river.
Paul Tortelier, an observer of that sort of performance, might feel that there was an almost mystical link at a moment like that between you and the composer of that music. I mean, do you feel that way when you're playing?
Yes, but we never know exactly what comes from us, really, and what has been taught to us. We are part of a chain. Now, when I see this scene, I knew that Dvorak had been thinking of his friend. I knew it. So there are things that you feel, and there are things that have been taught to you or told to you. It is a question of heredity, of anything in religion. So it is difficult to pretend that there is something completely mystical about things like that, because there is a part of knowledge also.
But when you're playing, when you're interpreting a piece of music, is it a process of almost of revelation?
That also is certainly there is a moment when also when you compose, you feel it even better. When an idea comes to you, you don't know from where it comes, from where. But the revelation was already for my mother and for my father. They discovered the music as they were simple workers. My father was a cabinet maker, and they were not musical. The revelation was really for them. And they discovered Beethoven. My father discovered the beauty of the Pastoral Symphony, of the Ninth Symphony, because this was just meeting his ideals. And this has been conveyed in my blood. And I feel the same love as my father had for the Pastoral Symphony, for instance, because of my love of nature. Now, it is all these threads coming together in my life that makes my revelation. It is not something just like a flash like that. It is a slow process.
Is there a particular piece of music, though? Or can you remember a particular concert when you felt the power of revelation being imparted to you more strongly than normal?
Voilà, yes, yes. The first time I heard, when I was in my I was a teenager, when I heard Siegfried Idyll by Wagner, I really cried. I couldn't help crying. So beautiful it was. Because I probably had plenty of love in my heart, but I didn't know it yet. Je ne le savais pas. That is perhaps the revelation, to make you understand what love is. Now I think I come to it. Rodin, the French sculptor, the famous Auguste Rodin, has written a book, The French Cathedrals, or if you prefer, The Cathedral of France. And in this book he says that an artist is somebody who is lucky enough to be in love. So I was in love probably from the very beginning. I was in love with life, with games, with sport, with music, with nature, with little girls, why not, with everything in life. But I was not conscious of it. And music contains everything. So progressively, I discovered that the thing is love. And when I play this Dvorak, if I play it well, it's because I am in love with Dvorak. For me, they were angels. People go to church, they kneel in front of the Virgin, and each time I play work by Beethoven, Bach, I kneel in front of these angels.
You described music, I know, as being the very language of love.
Yes.
I mean, is there a particular piece of music you could perhaps play to us to demonstrate what you mean by that?
Yes, yes. The love of family, the love of family. There are so many love, you see. Chopin expressed the love of woman, Schubert expressed the love of nature, like Debussy. Beethoven expressed the love of mankind, Bach the love of God, and also the love of family. Bach family was a fantastic family. He had 20 children, Bach. And when he has written this bourrée, these two bourrées, one in a major key, the other in minor key, C major, C minor, I think in my imagination, now this is important too, imagination for an artist. There is a revelation that this is Bach dancing with his children, young children, teenagers or whatever. And it's because they meet once a year, you know, for Christmas or a celebration like that. But otherwise, Bach never has time. And now is a moment of really happiness. We forget all our problems in life, and he dances with the children. Just happiness. Come with me. Let's do it. Pure joy. You can see them. Everybody is invited. But now, let's not forget that there is the little one, the last one, is sleeping in the next room. Let's see if he's sleeping all right. Shh, no noise. We must not wake him. Look at him, a little angel. Let's hope he will be happy. You never know what happened. Now, let's go back. Close the door. And we return to the dance. For me, it's clear. Because Bach was surrounded with children. He lost also 10 children or more, 12, I think. So think of the sadness of this great man to have all these children who just passed away.
Do you use music in the same way that an Eastern mystic might try to find himself, might try to find an explanation for the world through mystical contact with a spiritual dimension?
Perhaps the reality of music is to make silence sing, to make silence sing. And the mystic of the Eastern country, they care very much for silence, for their meditation. And now, perhaps it's important to speak about silence. In some music, I have the impression that it is almost silent. So high, so detached from our materialistic world. Music being in itself not materialistic, the least materialistic, compared to painting, to anything else. What is a sound? Now, when Bach has written this sarabande in C minor, for me it is a prayer, and it is a meditation, and it is in silence. By the way, I know few works so pure and so economical in sounds. When I finish this piece in public, nobody dares to applaud. It seems to start from silence and come back to silence, an extension of silence. Silence is peace, silence is serenity. It is absolutely a great mistake that people are afraid of silence today. It shows how unhappy they are inside, that they need always music. Music that is not music. Music that is not part of silence. music that is going to become a drug, since they can't do without this noise. Becomes a noise.
Does music ever become a drug to you?
Before answering that, I want to tell you something more. There is another piece like that by Handel, which I play with my wife for two cellos. The third movement of the Handel Sonata for two cellos. It is as beautiful as that. And once after we played it in a church in France, in a concert, there is a lady who came to us, and I shall never forget that. And she said, "Thank you very much, Madame and Monsieur Tortelier. I wish I had heard this piece of Handel 20 years ago when I lost my daughter. It would have helped me so much." Now, you said something to me, but I wanted to say that.
Yes.
You said something to me. Do you remember your question?
I was asking if music ever became a drug to you.
Voilà. You know, it is difficult to know if you don't need a drug, even if you don't know it. The same as it's difficult to say, "Oh, no, I am not influenced." The proper thing about influence that it doesn't make itself known. We are all influenced. We are influenced against this or for what. And we don't know I don't know if perhaps music is a sort of need which you can consider like a consolation or for your balance, for your physical balance. When I must say that when I play Bach, when I play it has the same virtue as a shower. You know, for the last 6 months I take cold shower. And I discover that a cold shower gives me a better day after. It's an old man of nearly 90 years old who said, "My secret is a cold shower." Now, if I play that, it is like swimming in the ocean, in the sea. It is a fantastic thing. So in this case, is it also a sort of drug? I don't know.
Well, let me put the question in a different way then. The reverse of that question.
Oui?
Do you draw a parallel between your music and religion?
Alors that is more a positive question. I am not sure that people have noticed that the music polyphonic, I explain what means polyphonic for the people who are not specialized in music. It's music made by a group of 4 people, allows these 4 people to unite in beauty and to talk together with sounds. I said to talk together with sounds, which is impossible with words. If you imagine 4 people talking together, especially if one speaks Chinese, another Russian, another German, another French, together, it will be chaos. That shows that there is something extraordinary in music, is this, that it could be considered as a new religion. But no wonder it hasn't been yet recognized, because how long since this phenomena has happened? How long since people have sung together, 4 people? How many centuries? 4. 4 centuries only since Europe has discovered this religion, this language. While the religion, which are based on words, the Jewish, Christian religion were made thousands of years ago.
But is there another dimension? I mean, do you believe that there is any contact with any divine being as well through music? Are we in touch with God through music, is what I'm asking you?
Voilà. You see, you feel or you don't feel. You are taught differently. Somebody will be taught about a certain God, somebody will be taught about another God. You will tell me it is the same. But these people will have a war because their God speaks differently to them. The God of the Iranians says, kill this man who doesn't think like you. Our God says, on the opposite, our God, I mean, the Christian God says, if you receive a thing, you must offer the other cheeks. Another God says, œil pour œil, dent pour dent. The Jewish God says, you know, œil pour œil, dent pour dent. I don't know how to translate that.
An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Right?
Yes. Now, this brings to discussion, wars. Music will never, the message of Bach, of Beethoven, can only be a blessing. You call it humanitarian, I call it divine. After all, the paradise is a promise with God. You can't say that you are going to paradise. You can't say, you don't know. It's just a promise. But with Bach, the paradise is brought down to the earth. For me, it's enough.
Through that contact, that communion you've talked about,
Yes.
are you trying to give those people who are listening to you a similar revelation? It'll be a different revelation, but a similar revelation to the revelation that your mother and father had?
No, I'm not too intellectual. I want to bring them joy. The religion of my father was the religion of Beethoven. It was joy. When we speak of love, we speak of joy. Because if you love, you find a double joy. You have the joy for yourself and you have the joy for the one you love because it is a gift. If you love, it's not to say I love you. It is to give a proof. It is to bring something to the beloved. Now, this gives you a double joy. Now, Beethoven's religion was joy. He said, a pure day of joy in the temple of nature and mankind. That's what he wanted, to have a day of pure joy. And that's why he wrote. Joy for the world. And that's what I want to bring to the audience.